Hi, this is Joe again with another video. For the sake of this video, I will be discussing the 1951 film, A Streetcar Named Desire, starring Marlon Brando, Vivian Lee, Carl Malden, and I think Kim Novak was also in this movie. Because this film is based on the Tennessee Williams play of the same name. And this one got rave reviews. I don't know if it won the Oscar for Best Picture or not. I'm not sure on it. But of course, it did earn Vivian Lee her second and last Best Actress Oscar for this role. Of course, the first one, of course, we all know which role she won the first one for. And there was a role she did 12 years earlier, which was, of course, the most famous role, which was, of course, playing Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. And she ended up winning her second Oscar for this role as playing Blanche DuBois in Streetcar Named Desire. Of course, this movie is pretty iconic in a way, because I think this movie also introduced the role to Marlon Brando. And ironically, Brando co-starred with Carl Malden 3 years later for his first Oscar-winning role, which is in the movie On the Waterfront. And they didn't know they started in any other movies together until, of course, they saw Streetcar Named Desire. Because this movie is about Blanche DuBois' character, played by Vivian Lee, who comes to stay with her sister, her sister Stella, in New Orleans. I forgot her name for a minute. To visit her sister Stella, who lives down in New Orleans, in the seedy section of, in the lousy section of the French Quarter of New Orleans. And of course, Marlon Brando plays this drunk. He's drunk half the time. He's abusive to his wife, and of course, eventually he's abusive to Blanche. And of course, Blanche was kind of like a mysterious character. You don't know why she's there. Well, all you knew that she was really her sister, staying with her for a while. And the problem was that they had this van, this home, and which eventually got sold. And you don't know why it got sold. She lost her van. And so, I don't know why I lost it. I just lost it. So they forgetful with the mortgage payments and stuff. She had like a mortgage. So they like, how do we get a mortgage on the place? We own it. They said, well, I don't know, I lost it. And then there's all kind of real funky, crazy stuff that's going on. And then, of course, you see Marlon Brando being abusive to his wife. And of course, in the early part of the movie, you had the very famous scene. This is, of course, one of the two famous lines in the movie, and the last line, and the other line had to be the last line in the film. Of course, the first line is when you get into a drunken, when Marlon Brando, who plays Stanley, gets into a drunken stupor, and his wife kicks him out of the house, or Stella kicks him out of the house, and he's in the courtyard, like, Stella! Stella! That's the famous, I'm not going to yell it. Everybody's going to come running and want to know what's going on. And that's the famous scene where he's yelling Stella. That's the iconic moment when he did that. And of course, Stella keeps bringing him back into the house. And Blanche trying to convince him, look, this guy is a pig. This guy is a drunk. Why do you keep going back to this guy for? He abuses you. And she goes, oh, because I love him. Like all abused women say, oh, because I love him, I could change him. He doesn't change. And then he finds out that, or Stanley finds out that what Blanche was up to. Because Blanche never seems to want to go back home. And she's there for months. And Stanley wants to kick her out of the house. And finds out that Stella, who, and you're in her hometown there, used to be a school teacher, and she got fired from a position as a school teacher. And the reason why is because she was fooling around with a 17-year-old student that she had. And of course, when the parents of the 17-year-old complained about it, that was when she got kicked out of the house. So, not kicked out of the house, she got kicked out of school. And while that was going on, because she recently had a husband who killed himself. And there was a scene where Blanche was talking to Mitch, who was the Carmona character, what had happened. And what happened was that I told my husband, sorry for the noise, folks, says to the husband, "Oh, I don't love you anymore. I don't want you anymore." So he goes out to the beat. He goes out all despondent. Goes outside, takes a revolver and puts a bullet in his mouth. And we all heard the shot, and we found out that he had killed himself over me, because he couldn't deal with the fact that he was losing me. So he goes out and killed himself. And of course, that's what. And then after my husband killed himself, that's why I went crazy and was doing what I was doing. And of course, later on, you found out that Blanche was actually, after her husband killed himself, became a slut, pretty much a prostitute. She was selling herself for money. She went, nutsy cuckoo. For lack of a better term, she had kind of like had a nervous breakdown or something, and she went. She was looking for any guy that she could have sex with. She was looking for anybody she could flirt with, and she had sex with them, and pretty much she was a slut. And so Nicole Mulder found out, or his character found out about it from Stanley, because Stanley told him. And then Mitch, the Nicole Mulder character, his name is Mitch, and Mitch finds out that at first he didn't want to believe Stanley at first, because Mitch knew that Stanley hated Blanche. So he just started to say that's out of anger, so to get Blanche out of her life, or out of his life, I should say. Mitch decides to investigate on his own and finds out that all those stories are true. That she is a slut. She's like kind of like a prostitute. They didn't use the word prostitute or the word slut because it was the 1951 audiences, so they had to be a little more creative with the language. And actually, of course, there's no cursing in the movie at all, despite the fact that that Marlon Brando plays a drunk practically the whole movie. The same thing with Vivian Leigh. Also plays a drunk through the whole movie, which is kind of ironic because Vivian Leigh was a drunk in real life as well. So it's kind of ironic. But anyway. When everybody finds out what was really going on, and when Blanche said to her sister that, "Hey, I got a date with this guy who was willing to take me in," and then they found out that that Blanche made up the whole story up, and they found out that she was out of her mind at that point, and so Stanley decides to call the authorities and get her locked up in a mental hospital. And that's what happened in the end of the movie. At first she didn't want to go, she went crazy. She went even crazier at that point. But then what happened was they eventually got her out of the house and drove her away to a mental hospital, and that's how pretty much the movie ended that way. But and this was pretty much a sad story, this movie. And I said Vivian Leigh gave a great performance. Like I said, she won the Oscar for Best Actress in this movie, a second award. And Marlon Brando, I know Marlon Brando was nominated that year. Didn't do research on that, but I think it was one of his earlier roles. And of course, 3 years later, he was in his Oscar-winning role, or his first Oscar-winning role, as being playing Terry Malloy in On the Waterfront, which I previously reviewed. So check the review out if you haven't seen it. But On the Waterfront is a classic, and not only On the Waterfront, but A Streetcar Named Desire is, a classic story and a classic piece of play. Of course, you'll find out how they got the title within the first 5 minutes of the film. When Blanche arrives in New Orleans by train, and she, or actually by bus, I think she came in by bus or by train or something. I forgot which. And she asked the guy, a streetcar, and she was looking for a streetcar named Desire. And in New Orleans, there are various streetcars, or commonly called trolleys, and various lines throughout New Orleans. And one of the lines was called Desire, the Desire Streetcar. And I said, yeah, there it is coming in right now. And so she and you see the word Desire on the streetcar, and that's where they got the title, A Streetcar Named Desire, because there was a streetcar that Vivian Lee's character, Blanche, has to get on to go to her sister's house. Because her sister's house is on a crappy side of town, and that's what she had. That's what she had to do. But in terms of the movie, actually it's a classic movie. Especially Brando gave a great performance. Vivian Lee gave a great performance. But of course, the problem I had with this movie was when they showed the opening credits, and Marlon Brando got top billing over Vivian Lee. Why? I'm not knocking Marlon Brando at all. It's just that Vivian Lee was, of course, more of a established actress already by that time. Like I said, she was already an Oscar-winning actress. And Marlon Brando was kind of a new guy on the scene, always playing this tough guy role. And I'm not sure if this was his first movie role, but it is early in his film career. And of course, Vivian Lee was already an established actress, Best Supporting Actress winner, who got with the win earlier. So why does, and she played the title role, the main role in the film. So why did she didn't get top billing? Because you look at the credits, Marlon Brando got top billing over Vivian Lee, because in the opening credits it says Marlon Brando and Vivian Lee in A Streetcar Named Desire. And it's like, how in the hell did Marlon Brando got top billing over Vivian Lee? Maybe because it was the sexist times back then. Who knows, always built the man, the top male character over the top female character. That's probably what the reason was. But Vivian Lee should have gotten top billing in this role. And if you think that she looked hot when she did Gone with the Wind, she looked even hotter in this movie. I mean, she is gorgeous to look at, but she was hotter in this movie than she was in Gone with the Wind. So that's my review of A Streetcar Named Desire. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on it. Excuse me, I forgot to mention, I'm not going to have the comment section anymore on my videos. I explained it in the previous video why, so you can't make any more comments on my videos, because I'm preventing that. Because an idiot ruined it for everybody. Ruined the comment section for everybody for my videos. I'm sorry I have to do it, but this stupid idiot who lives in my car left me no choice. So unfortunately you can't comment or rate my videos anymore. I know I got so brainwashed for saying that, but unfortunately you can't comment or rate my videos anymore. But you can subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at rallyc.com, so WDY.c.com. There's a homepage in Rally Reviewer. Chris Lee Moore, please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.